2 years ago, it was born.
What's up, everybody, and welcome to Elite POV.
From there, it blossomed.
The official third chair of Elite POV. The draw, Jackie Rodriguez, to welcome Kyle Masters into our beautiful family that we have.
And became the most elite brand in the IWC.
People are absolutely loving, being a part of the vlog crew and
Saying, hey, let's make sure that we're different, that we don't become the guys that do.
Andrew Zarian, what's going on, my friend?
I'm here.
You're here.
What's going on, guys?
Nice shirt.
And then we grew again.
Kimmy, so cool. So cool that she's what happened to Boba Fett after he survived the Starlight. So in between them with all their pictures, it's like,
yeah,
fucking weirdo is doing this.
Yeah.
Taking the master of the after.
Master of the after. Oh god, it sounded American there. It sounded very American there, man.
Now it is time for the next step that will change the game forever. The IWC will finally have a home for the best fan content on Earth. Now it's time for Elite POV to evolve again. Ladies and gentlemen, fans in the IWC and all over the world, welcome to the next chapter. The next chapter in wrestling fan content and the next chapter in our story.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Welcome.
What's up, everybody, and welcome to the first episode of Elite POV to start this wonderful 2023. As you can see, if you're watching this live on YouTube or Twitch, I have my Disney 2023 ears that I will be turning off now because they were very distracting.
They're
and
really
I apologize for that. They were very distracting.
I can't even see the 2023 moving around there.
Well, welcome. My name is Phil Cataldo, but you can call me Philium. Alongside the best crew a man could ever ask for. First off, the producer, the man who was responsible for that incredible clip, Mr. Kyle Masters. What is up?
What's going on? We're here. Fine. I know we have the award layout. I should have the newer layout out, but you know what? Actually, we'll transport to it right now. How about that? New layout just for you
and
guys.
Movie magic.
Bam. There we go. The new layout that's going to start our new era in Elite POV. Brand new logo. You can see right up there. We're starting fresh, folks. We have a big revamp, which we'll get into details in a bit here. And then we'll go into Dynamite. And then we're going to end off the show today with our Elite POV Awards, your fan-voted awards for today. But yes, we're starting a new era. I can't wait. We have a lot of cool stuff planned for the Elite POV brand in general. Yes. I kept mentioning brand. We've been mentioning brand We'll have more details around that, but I'm doing all right, maybe not dressed up like Jackie over here, just looking like she's about to go down the red carpet at the Grammys or something. I don't know. Just I'm here in my Mark AEW wrestling t-shirt, and
I'm here in my Wakanda forever.
Forgot the suit at home. I'm forgot.
Let's go.
Thanks,
It's at the dry cleaner.
And the best dressed award goes to.
Yeah.
Oh, would you look at that? Jackie Rodriguez.
Wow. Who would have thought?
Oh, yay. What's up, Jackie?
Yay! Yay! I would like to thank my mom and dad for giving birth to me.
Wow.
No, wow. So, I mean, I hope that all of y'all are just as hyped as I am right now, because that trailer was that was some hype stuff right there. So kudos to Kyle, because we are in fact reigning in a new era here. The last year has been absolutely incredible. 2022 was a fire year for us here, but if you thought that was great, we are about to really bring it in 2023. So I'm so stoked. And yes, I am overdressed because that's what I do. That's my brand. I'm gonna
fucking FTR girl, man.
I'm gonna break out the
out here
sequins.
just ruining everything like always, She's always
That's
in the FTR lines, always just stealing the thunder from all the FTR fans. Now she's gonna roll into our podcast and just steal our thunder. It's in her playbook. We understand. We get it, Jackie.
I'm
understand.
ruining things. Well.
What a way to start.
Guilty as charged. You know what? 2023 was fun. It was cool. You know what? I'm out. Bye.
Yeah.
That's how we're doing. No, I'm kidding. But
And last but not least, the person on this show with potential that is higher than my cholesterol.
Whoa.
Kimmy Soko.
I hope not.
What is up?
I really hope not.
I don't know how to take that. I don't know how to take that as a compliment. And so, I mean, I would have just went with what I told you, that your ears were brighter than my future.
No, I'm calling you by your
No,
nickname from
no.
now on. You're the insider's insider.
The
Great, dude,
insider.
I've had a very rough 24 hours, if you could imagine. And I have not caught up on my sleep since Wrestle Kingdom, so I'm internally dying. But I'm really happy to be here. That promo package was amazing, put together by Kyle. I'm literally going to pay him to make my demo reel, so it looks exactly like that. So when the big companies see it, I'm gonna be like, yeah, my video guy made that, my friend. But yeah, here we are, 2023. Let's fucking do it.
And shout out, because he probably thinks we're gonna forget him, but shout out to Ant, who's in the chat, who's our 5th member of the show, and he may think he retired, but just like Vince McMahon, he's bound to come back, baby. So we know this already.
Yo, I'm dying today at everyone quote retweeting his retirement tweet.
Yeah,
And
with
then-
the Mark Henry picture
and
in
then
the pink suit.
just putting like a bunch, like the picture of like John Cena walking away when he got kicked out by the Nexus.
oh my god.
Like everything. I've seen literally everything. I've been howling at all these responses. It's fantastic.
If Vince McMahon can survive a limo blowing up, all right,
Oh,
it'll
God.
be fine. He'll be able. Ant could come back to the show. Anything's possible. Ant saying in the YouTube chat, Punk comes back, he'll come back. But if you believe what Meltzer is reporting, maybe that might happen sooner than later. But we have a jam-packed show for this week. So, of course, I'm going to lay out the show for you guys so you guys know everything you're going to get. So, obviously, we're going to talk about the Vince McMahon coming back to WWE stuff and how that will affect AEW or could affect AEW. We're going to give our Wrestle Kingdom very quick reviews because this is a long show. We're going to get into Dynamite, of course, and then Kyle said our Elite POV Awards for 2022. Very excited about that. I actually don't even know who the winners are, so I'm going to be mad at you, chat. All right, chat and listeners, I'm going to be mad at you because I know you guys probably went wild and picked some curveballs out there, but it's all in good fun and definitely can't wait to get to that. But if it's your first time listening and this brand new year, welcome. We do this show every Friday at 7 p.m. Eastern on youtube.com/ElitePOV or twitch.tv/ElitePOV. If you guys like what you were hearing and seeing, patreon.com/ElitePOV. As shown in that video, we have a lot of great new shows coming that will be on YouTube and some early access on Patreon. For shows like me and Kimmy's show, Rank the Week, we will be giving bonus content for you guys that will be on the Patreon, only available on the Patreon. So make sure you stay tuned to that. And of course, Elite POV merch.com to get all of our great new merchandise that will be going to the store very, very soon. So stay tuned to that, especially that new logo. That new logo is beautiful. It's sick. I definitely want to make sure I get some merch with that stuff.
We have some details about this new logo. And
yes, Kyle, please explain it to us.
To give you guys like an idea of what we're going with it. You guys see in the top, you guys saw it in that trailer, the new logo, but you see the top right there. It's a little different, right? It's a little different. That's because Elite POV in general, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to become an official brand. As you see there now on the screen, the big logo up top, that's the official brand logo. Elite POV is going to be the main logo, I guess you can say, of our entire company, we'll just say.
Mm-hmm.
But then there'll be a little bit of affiliate logos underneath that you can see there. There's our podcast that we do every Friday, Elite POV Podcast, where we talk about everything in AEW. There's also going to be one starting soon, and I'm going to start up, and then there'll be others on there too, Elite POV Games. Yes, that's right. This Twitch channel is also going to become a gaming channel where there'll be a lot of gaming going on this channel as well. So we're going to utilize the Twitch part as well. But as you can see there, for now and starting right now in 2023 at least, we have the main brand logo, our affiliate logos underneath. And like Phil said, we do have new shows coming to the brand, as you guys saw over the couple of weeks in December. I Heart WC Podcast, Rank the Week with Phil and Kimmy, and then Let's Talk is getting a big revamp with myself and Jackie. But Patreon members, you Patreon members that are on the Patreon right now, and people that are thinking about signing up, you guys will receive the episodes early and extremely early before it ever gets posted. There are some shows that won't be posted on YouTube and it'll be Patreon exclusive, but I can tell you that right now that I Heart WC and Let's Talk will be on Patreon early, as much as 5 to 6 days early before it gets posted on YouTube at a later date. So that's why you want to sign up to the Patreon. The Patreon has been officially revamped. We did fix all the tiers. They've all been rewritten. As of now, I just got to go in there, put the new logos. I had to held off from putting the new logos in, which is funny because me and Jackie revamped the Patreon a couple days ago. And I started putting the new logos in. And I'm like, oh, shit, I got to go and edit this.
Shit, oops. Almost spoiled our reveal.
Don't want to leak it.
But the whole Patreon has been revamped. So it's still the $1, $5, $10, and $20 tiers. But each tier has now been changed. And there's new benefits in some of the tiers. And the $1 tier has definitely been changed the most. So now going forward, the $1 tier is a general support. Unfortunately, you don't get anything access through Patreon. It's just a general support one. If you just want to support us, it's only $1 a month. If you want access to other content and more stuff like that, you move up to the $5, $10, or $20 tiers, and it's all been revamped for you guys. But we're having a lot more content coming to that Patreon because I know in 2022 we were slacking on that, but I'm telling you that right now, that's going to end now with this new refresh of the entire brand, the Elite POV brand, and it's just going to keep on growing. So that's basically it, guys, in a nutshell, what this refresh has been about. So stay tuned.
Yeah, it's going to be a huge year for us and with you guys. So we definitely appreciate all the love you have shown in the past year and all the love that you're going to show this year. So I want to get into some quick Wrestle Kingdom review. So now everybody who is in this chat, except Kyle, because little sleepy boy Kyle, tired boy's the worst, got him. And he did not wake up in time, but he went back and watched it. But the three of us, especially me and Kimmy, who watched the whole show live, we watched it. Jackie had to go to work, which bless her heart, being able to do that. So Kimmy, as someone who admittedly doesn't watch as much New Japan, what did you think of the show, and did you have a good time watching it?
I didn't even go to sleep. I stayed up till like 8 a.m. And it was funny because my dad woke up for work and he came in. He's like, how's it going? Is it good? Are you still awake? And I was like, yeah, it's going good. Don't you see it on my computer? Hello. So this was my first Wrestle Kingdom I watched entirely and live because I tried to do it once before. I think in 2017, I fell asleep 20 minutes in. So progress, I made it the whole way this time.
Kimmy, can I tell you a funny story about falling asleep so you don't feel bad?
Sure.
When we used to do Rant with Ant and G-Rod, it was Kenny Okada 2, and I was so excited. I had watched
Who's
Kenny Okada won. Kenny versus Okada. I watched it like a couple days after, so I was excited to watch the second one, and I watched the entire show, Kimmy, the whole show, and I fell asleep during the entrances of the main event and missed it.
Wow.
Damn.
All right,
So,
but go ahead,
anyway,
boy.
I thought, obviously, I think we were all watching for one of two reasons: to see Mercedes come out, and obviously see how Kenny and Will, what happened in that match. Overall, I thought it was pretty good, but I can tell you all right now, Kenny Omega Will Ospreay will not be my match of the year. I don't care they got 6.25 star. It was not my type of match.
Wow.
And I hope you all have a good time.
You know what? I don't buy that. I know exactly why that's not your match of the year.
No,
and I'm not going to argue about you with it as to why. It might have to do with one of the people in this match.
Kyle, I swear I watched this match twice. I watched it again this morning because I was like, maybe I'll have a different point of view if I watch it again. And my point of view today was my point of view Wednesday morning. Nothing changed.
What I will say is I wouldn't have voted it 6.5 stars or 6, whatever it was.
It would have been 120 stars for me.
Yeah, it would have been.
But Kimmy, what was your favorite match of the night then? Or it could be moment.
I like the main event. Thought the main event was good. Upset that my boy lost, but
Okada and White. Yep.
Yeah, but you know what?
They delivered.
WWE is interested in Hikalu. We have that Hikalu versus Jay White match.
Hikuleo. Wow.
I mean, Hikalu.
How dare you disgrace
Leave her
the Samoan
She's
heritage.
Jesus Christ.
Kyle,
That's worse than us saying fucking Takeska.
Kyle, you can't say
Takashita.
anything. You know why you can't say anything? Because you didn't wake up. You fell asleep.
I actually forgot to set my alarm.
Kyle,
I actually forgot to set my alarm.
Skip to my Hikalu.
I fell asleep on time. I fell asleep at the correct time. I just didn't set my alarm.
Hikalu.
To your who?
Phil.
Okay, that's so Kimmy, what was your favorite? The favorite was the main event?
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you all for coming to my wild ride. Hope you all enjoyed.
What do you think of Mercedes' debut? I'm gonna ask all of us individually.
So I think it was obvious. Like, I didn't expect her to wrestle. If you expect her to wrestle, I don't really know what you were thinking. But I think it was not what I expected. Like, I didn't expect like a whole new fit of like, hey, I'm Mercedes Moné, screw Sasha Banks. So I was like, oh, this is a little intriguing. But I guess she did exactly what I expected of what was going to happen. But for those people who were like, oh my God, why didn't she get like a standing ovation, whatever? Japan has certain rules for like how you cheer at their shows. Like, you can't do what we do in America.
It's not rules. It's just what they do. They're just that's the way.
Yeah, New Japan.
It's like a respect
etiquette
thing. Yeah, they clap. They don't cheer.
So for people who don't understand, because I had to learn this too, they treat pro wrestling as a real sport over there, and it's not like Jackie says. It's like an etiquette thing. It's like, to them, a standing ovation isn't showing respect. Like, being quiet and watching the match and only cheering when like something crazy happens or something cool happens. So like a debut, like they'll cheer a little. They're not going to go crazy. That's like a crowd's out of Japan thing. Plus, it's the first show that they did that wasn't a clap only crowd. So like people are still getting used to being able to cheer and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But Jackie, your boys, you got up early to see your boys wrestle.
We didn't go around the table about Mercedes though.
We'll ask you, and then I'll ask you about Mercedes.
Okay.
Yeah. So Jackie, you got to wake up to see your boys. I think they came on at like 4 a.m. because I woke up at 3:45 as Mercedes was walking down, and I was like, "Fuck, I missed it! What an asshole!" Thank God for Twitter. You only ever hear me say that once. Thank God for Twitter for that. But how was it seeing FTR in the Tokyo Dome? And besides FTR, what was your favorite moment of the night?
Well, to start with FTR, I'm going to say that it was an unreal experience to see that. I purposely, like you said, I had to get up at 6:00 in the morning to go to work. And I was battling with myself a little bit of like, do I really want to set an alarm for 3:00 in the morning to get up, knowing that I knew that they were going to be early on in the card. So that was a bit of a saving grace, but I'm like, I'm going to lose sleep to do this, but I'm like, they're going into the Tokyo Dome at Wrestle Kingdom for the first time as the defending champions. There's no freaking way that I'm going to miss this. So I got my ass up and it was absolutely worth it. And I knew that they were going to lose. It was painful for me, but I knew it was going to happen. But it wasn't about the wins and losses. It was about the moment. And it was incredible to witness. So knowing everything that Cash Wheeler went through in order to get there and almost not making it to Wrestle Kingdom, and still like getting down there to the last minute and making it happen. It's sad, but ended off 2022 and then the very beginning of 2023, they nailed it. So the Mercedes thing, again, worst kept secret, but still the freaking coolest shit. The coolest shit to see her debut. I love the look. I love the vibe. She looked like an absolute queen coming out there. As far as like, you know, the pop that people were expecting, again, it is a Japanese crowd. You know, you kind of, maybe a lot of people didn't know what they were going to expect from it. And people were saying like, oh, it's underwhelming because the people didn't like go berserk for her. But I think that the moment was great. And just like her coming out there and, you know, challenging Kyrie. And now the event looks like it's starting to sell out like a lot faster. I think they moved another like 400 plus tickets now with the challenge. So I'm really excited to see what she's going to do over there. It's just like, to see these like to see the free agency thing happening and now the potential with her, there's still the buzz about her potentially being Soraya's partner. I'm really excited to see what's happening next.
Kyle, we let them have their fun, okay? We let Jackie and Kimmy have their fun. Talk about FTR, talk about Okada versus Jay White. Okay, me and you, right? We're here. Me and you, we're right here, right? Ospreay versus Omega. Holy fuck. Okay. I know you didn't watch it live, but you watched it without being spoiled, which kudos to you.
Oh, yeah. I stayed.
What did you think of Wrestle Kingdom, especially that match?
Oh, man. That was that was incredible. Although it wasn't the first match I watched, I made sure to. Because the cool thing is with this is that New Japan lists the order of their matches before the pay-per-view. So you know which match is coming up where. So I went and looked at the match order and like, okay, I'll watch the women's match because Mercedes might be there instead of being there. Then, you know, the FTR match was there. Then I skipped forward all the way to Kenny and Ospreay's match, which I'm going to go back and watch the rest of it because I'm going to keep the New Japan World subscription for now.
You can use mine if you want to cancel it.
Okay, sure. But...
Save some money.
So touch base a little bit on the Monet thing. Really cool that she was there. That was awesome. The hair and everything, the outfit, awesome. Such a cool moment. Good for her. She's been wanting that forever. And, you know, for her in general, that must have been such an amazing thing for her. And, you know, you saw how happy she was. Here's the one thing I have that maybe it's just because I'm not sold on it yet. Is that theme song? Oof.
Yeah.
Yikes, man. That's a rough theme song. I don't know. To me, that it just didn't hit whatsoever. Maybe because we're just so used to her banger theme that she had in the Fed. It was just like, I know she produced it and everything, but it was like, it needs some tweaking or it needs some like Mikey Ruckus magic, I think, a little bit. I hope it grows on people. Adam, I really do, honestly. For me right now, it ain't hitting. It sounds like a corny put together rap song and her going, money. And I'm just like, oh, money. It's money. I'm sorry, for me right now, as of right now, and this is my opinion, right now, that's cringe. I cringe when I hear that. I don't know what it is, but it's like every time I hear money every 5 seconds, I'm like, can you stop saying money? Anyways, regardless though, unreal that she was there. The press conference after what Britt said this week, what they did this week to kind of, I know I'm skipping ahead, but I'm heavily believing this was a massive swerve this week and she's going to be there next week. because my girl's already on a plane going somewhere. So I wonder where she's going.
Yeah, right.
But anyways, that was cool. But to my main event, Ospreay and Omega. Wow. So like so highly anticipated, I guess, for Omega and Ospreay fans. Maybe not if you're a Seth Rollins fan like Kimmy up here, because clearly it's like the worst match in the world for her.
No,
but
that's not what I said. I said the match wasn't for me, and I gave you why. Because it was too long, it was too technical, and to me, watching that match, you could tell Omega was gonna win.
It was
So
too
I'm
long
sorry.
and too technical.
I didn't think.
Hang on a
not
second.
think-
Hold up. Pump the brakes here. Too long and too technical. Let's backtrack to Hell in a Cell this year with your boy and Cody Rhodes, which was a long technical match.
No, Kyle,
That wasn't my
don't
match
you
of the
love?
year.
Wait. Don't
My
you love
point
was-
technical
Yeah.
matches? Wait,
So
Kyle.
my-
Don't you love technical matches where the guy puts the other guy's head through a table?
Oh God.
My
Very
match-
I think
technical.
Bret Hart had a
Wasn't
technical match
Cody-
like that too.
Yeah.
My match of the year wasn't Cody and Seth. My match of
Are
the
you
year.
sure
could
you weren't
actually
getting
be
that
my-
match confused with Zack Sabre Jr.'s technical match?
No, I'm
Because that
pretty
was more
sure,
technical.
Like I, said,
I went back and
it
watched that shit, and
twice.
that shit was 100 times more
That
technical
shit.
than Kenny and
Actually,
Ospreay.
that match is what woke Jackie up.
Nah, shit. I'm plugging my
She
damn
said,
in.
"Oh, hold for hold." She said, "Oh, let me get up."
No, but like I was saying, Kyle, my match of the year was actually Wheeler Yuta versus John Moxley. You can read my Pop Break article, and it's actually what I voted for our Elite POV Award match of the year.
Anyways,
So
Kimmy,
Cody and Seth was not my match of the year.
I never said it
Just
was your
saying.
match of the year.
you
When
just
did
said it.
I did not say it was your match of the year.
You did.
No,
we
I
lose
didn't.
Jackie?
We'll go
Talking
back
about-
and rewind this. I did not say that.
Can you
Wait,
talk about
did
your
we
match
lose
of the
Plug your
year?
Jackie?
headphones. Now I can't hear you. God damn it.
Your 6.25 star match. Woohoo! Jackie's frozen.
Jackie is frozen.
Yeah, she'll come back. But anyways, unreal match. It lived up to the hype. It was, and there was a few people that agreed that I think they held back a little bit. I don't think that was like a full on Kenny and Ospreay, what we could have gotten out of these two. Yeah, it was great, but I think the rematch is just it's gonna be like Ospreay, or it's gonna be like Omega and Kenny, right? Like the rematch and all the other rematch were just as good as the original match, right? I think the rematch for this is gonna be what we got plus. So I cannot wait for it. It's gonna be awesome when they have that rematch, especially because that Kenny's like IWGP US champion. He's gonna. I'm assuming like later down the line, like Ospreay's gonna win it back from. And you guys are all switched, but we'll wait till Jackie gets back. But I'm assuming Ospreay's going to win it back from Kenny. That's my assumption. And yeah, the entrance is Matt in the YouTube chat. Oh my God, did I ever have a massive hard-on when Ospreay came out and I heard the piano bits of his old theme. I'm like, oh, is he gonna come out to his old theme that's been? I've been like literally. I tweeted at him like 5 times throughout 2022, daring him to come out to it. Sure enough, Wrestle Kingdom, he comes back out to it as the assassin. I'm like, oh,
Hell yeah!
Oh, it was just, and then Kenny's God mode entrance. It was, everything was just amazing. It made
Kenny's Sephiroth Final Fantasy VII
Yeah.
entrance, where the best part. I don't give a fuck. It'll be my favorite moment of the year right now. It already happened. Kenny going like this and the fucking
the
one
wings
come
Yeah.
out. Come on, bro. I
Yeah.
love that Kenny is such a fucking nerd.
Yeah.
Because it's at every moment he's gonna fucking do it. Welcome back, Jackie. It's just so it fills my little nerd soul all the way to the top.
Oh, it was awesome. And it was awesome. And if this match happened in 2022, I guarantee you our voting and our Elite POV, that would have been match of the year. 100% would have been match of the year. Compared to all the matches in 2022, that would have been match of the year. Welcome back, Jackie.
Welcome back.
Thanks. Internet sucks.
Yeah, I knew something was going to happen, to be honest, when you were talking about Wrestle Kingdom. I'm like, oh, something might happen. But
it's all right.
That's all right. That's what
we do here.
It's live. It's
Jackie,
live.
you want me to
We're
turn my
live.
ears back on? I'll turn my ears back on. Look it.
Let's do it.
It like causes her to get kicked off again.
Yeah, that's what
Please
fucks the
don't.
internet up.
It's the signal from the email series.
So to round up the thoughts about Wrestle Kingdom, I'll give mine. So first, the Mercedes thing, like, I thought it was cool. I thought it was hype. I think that it's cool to see, like, we've seen years and years of male wrestlers leaving WWE or coming to WWE and getting these grand entrances and these grand big moments. I could think back to Wrestle Kingdom a few years ago where we saw Cody get the Bullet Club thing on the screen and everybody went nuts and it made social media go crazy. And that's really what it's about, right? Because like in the building, you might get oohs and ahs, but that Japan crowd, as we said, that's all you're going to get. They're not going to go crazy full-on mark-out moment. That's just not how Japanese audiences, especially for New Japan, are. So it's all about popping Twitter and the IWC, and that Mercedes moment popped the hell out of the IWC, which is really cool, and why it's a lot of fun to watch Wrestle Kingdom live because everyone's exhausted if you're in America watching it. So we're all kind of like getting through it together. And it was a great way. Within the first hour, you got Mercedes, so that was a lot of fun. And I mean, her theme isn't the best; it's pretty rough.
You know what it is? We felt the pain that the people in like the UK watching AEW feel every week.
Exactly. Bless your hearts.
We doing it once a year. These people do it every week.
Yeah, just me. And I posted a picture on my social media of me in a Disney hotel room at 3:45 in the morning, like this, watching Wrestle Kingdom, like a fucking huge mark that I am. But it was a lot of fun. I love Wrestle Kingdom. It's definitely one of those shows that gets me super excited every year. It's one of those shows as a wrestling fan, I feel like you should at least watch if it's live or afterwards, because it's a different type of wrestling.
Yeah,
it's taken a little more serious, but the matches are excellent. I mean, the FTR match was great. The Kairi Sane match was awesome. And Okada versus White was great. But of course, I got to talk about Ospreay versus Kenny. It's going to be my match of the year. I don't give a shit what happens this year. I've watched it twice. I liked it more the second time. It's just beautiful storytelling. I personally didn't think Omega was going to win because I felt like it was more of a dream match, one-off. I didn't see Kenny staying in Japan and working multiple dates for them, especially with what's going on in AEW with this like best of 7, and then probably the storyline with House of Black.
He wrestles the next day, and I'm like, what?
Yeah, he wrestled
that
night
with Okada. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
That match was beautiful brutality. I think it told a great story. And then obviously you guys seen the match, but for a lot of people who didn't see the press conference, I thought that press conference was the best Kenny Omega has ever been on a microphone. And me and Kyle always talk about how Kenny isn't the best at promos, right? That's what stops him from being like the greatest of all time overall, is his promos are always lacking. But him being like that final boss that like, you made me do it. Like, yeah, you were good, Will. We're a big fan of you, right? But you're the future of this business, but not yet. I'm the final boss. Like, oh, it was so great. And then Will Ospreay. But I know a lot of people have issues with him on a personal level for everything that he was accused of being a part of and shit like that. But as far as in the ring, this dude is like one of the best in the world, right? He's just unreal. And that babyface promo that he cut, he's sobbing on stage. Like, New Japan does a great job with their press conferences of making it as real as humanly possible. And Will just 10 out of 10. What a great promo that was. But Wrestle Kingdom, beautiful.
I caught myself just thinking about you saying like, oh, Japan makes these press conferences as real as possible. I'm thinking like, I mean, AEW tried, but it went a little too real.
It went too far the opposite direction.
When AEW stops being polite, it gets real. But Wrestle Kingdom, 10 out of 10. If you guys haven't watched it, check it out. And honestly, with Mercedes going to Stardom, check Stardom out too, because I know Stardom's doing a lot of great things over there. Open up your world.
Oh yeah, I went
open
and
up your
watched,
life to the world of wrestling.
Yeah, I went and watched that final between, I can't remember their names.
Guy, well, how do you say your name, Kimmy? Do you know how to say your name?
No, I apparently mess up too many names for you.
Julia? Is it pronounced Julia?
But it was great.
I have it saved on my computer. I haven't watched it yet.
It was fantastic. I highly recommend, if you guys have not watched or tried to get into Stardom, do it, because I watched that and I watched a few matches before it in that event. It was really good. Very good. And now that the IWGP has a women's heavyweight title, we're going to start seeing those women transition over into New Japan events. And like now that Battle of the Bay show, that's very interesting that they picked that place for like Mercedes and Kairi. You know what I mean? I wonder if they're doing that to try to, like, now they have like a big name like Mercedes, like to try to get, because those shows have like a habit of not really doing well ticket sale wise. Phil's dog decides to say hello. But
Cameo by Rory.
I watched and I looked. So I initially, when they announced, when the morning I was watching Wrestle Kingdom, as soon as they announced later in the day that, or during Wrestle Kingdom, that she was going to face Kyrie Battle of the Bay, I went and looked at the ticket prices. I screenshotted it. A day later, I went and looked. Almost a half the tickets that were there available are gone now. So it is doing a good job at selling those tickets. And now, like, it's just, I thought they would have waited, because I know Stardom, I think, is doing some sort of big event soon, like big women's pay-per-view. I thought they might have waited till then, unless she's going to defend the belt against someone else. Like, Kyrie's going to lose the belt, drop it to Mercedes at this Battle of the Bay show. I guess it depends on next week. If we get a certain,
I guess we'll see.
Yes, if we get a certain graphic next week, then I don't know. I mean, yes, she can still win it and still be part of AEW, because clearly Kenny's the IWGP US Heavyweight Champion, and FTR held their tag belts for literally a year. So
yeah, anything is possible.
Yeah,
and that's what makes this time of year and this year starting off so much fun. And speaking of anything is possible, real quick, we got to touch on it. Vince McMahon, as of today, as of recording, is officially back with WWE as head of the board. A lot of changes have started happening already. I know Kimmy was telling us they already had 2 meetings today, talking about all these changes. It is a crazy time. We've seen a lot of people from that got released. A lot of them ended up going back. People that Vince himself with Nick Khan released. So we know Vince doesn't like pushing guys like the Garganos, the Ciampas, the smaller competitors and stuff like that. And we know Vince doesn't like to focus on women's wrestling all the time. Here and there he will when he sees money in it. But this could be very big for other companies like AEW, even New Japan. This could be very big for Mercedes, because I think even with seeing her debut at Wrestle Kingdom, I don't see her staying away from WWE for that long. Especially what she said, that she's on a world tour, which is like, all right, you're going to do like a year and you'll go to all these different companies and then you'll eventually end up coming back. Because you're basically just raising your value so you can get the contract you want, which kudos to her, because she definitely deserves as big of contract as any woman that is in WWE.
Now, if you're Tony Khan,
yeah,
right, do you agree to a 1-year deal? Or do you be like, no, if you're coming here, I'm
taking whatever I can get. Whatever I can get.
So?
If I get her for one night, I'm taking it. Pop that rating. Okay. Whatever we got to do, because that's a huge deal. Now, Kimmy, I know out of all of us here, you still watch WWE frequently and you're still a big fan. So how do you feel about all of this? Because I'm very interested to know.
So I think we have to understand the fact he's not in charge of creative yet. And I think this is a big misunderstanding across the board. He is not in charge of creative. No plans have changed. He is not waking up tomorrow and is going to fire 20 people. That is not his job. He is on the board, which means he's only strictly doing stuff from headquarters, which also means, and he said this in the press release he released, and also the emails that he was going back and forth before he came back, he is trying to sell the company. That is what he is attempting to do. And, it also came out an hour ago. Saudi is going to make a bid. For those who didn't know, in the original Saudi deal that WWE had, it was in there.
So anyone that's 40 plus is like happy. Anyone 30 below that people in Saudi don't know about.
What's in the Saudi deal? I didn't know that.
So in the Saudi deal, they signed, well, Kyle, you're actually kind of wrong. I'll get to that in a second. So their 10-year deal that they had for the 2 events a year, by year 6, they were allowed to say to Vince, hey, we might be interested in purchasing your company. And that was in the deal. Now, here's the thing. This is why Saudi will not buy WWE. They will not get a TV deal in America if they do that. They're not going to get one. So that will not happen. So you don't have to worry. Saudi is not buying WWE. The other interesting thing, who are they selling to? Are they going to do NBC? Are they going to do Disney? People talk about it. Is Tony Khan going to wake up tomorrow?
He controls Twitter, and he's going to control the Fed.
Is Tony Khan going to wake up and decide to buy it?
Vince ain't going to sell the Tony Khan.
I'm throwing everything out there.
Kimmy, in fairness, as much as we shit on Tony Khan for putting Ring of Honor all over AEW, can you imagine WWE all over AEW. Oh man, I can't wait to see Darby Allin. Psych, you're getting Elias versus Braun Strowman. Fuck.
I think
Please stop.
Psych.
I think as a whole, this is very interesting. I don't know what is to happen because I think the other thing is that Vince could buy all the shares himself and make WWE a private company, and then that's how he could take charge, and that's been rumored to happen too. So if anything could really happen, it's all in Vince's court, and I think more than anything, it kind of shows that Vince just fuck the law. I could get away with whatever I want, and we'll just see what happens. But it's day 6 of the new year, and wrestling news is already going wild.
Listen, and we thought we were gonna be the second most famous thing to happen on January 6th, but here we are, pushed to number 3 already. The day's not even over yet.
It's not a
God.
good,
I know you're
regardless,
chomping at the
regardless
bit.
of how you see this, it's not a good look for the WWE. This is not good. Don't care what position he's in. It's not good. If my man comes back on the board and literally fires the guy that's had the internal investigation on him when he was there, bro.
Well,
they're
I thought he resigned. I wasn't that he fired him.
they
he
probably
resigned.
forced him to resign. It's not like,
Yeah.
Yeah, he brought Vincent and his 2 other goons. They're like, well, we don't want to fire you, so we're going to make you resign. You're telling me this
It's
guy's
just-
like, oh, no, Vince. Oh, come on in. You know, I'm investigating you, but you can come on in and take my fucking job. Like, that ain't happening.
It just goes to show that people with money can dodge accountability for anything. It's nuts.
listen, don't be mad, okay, Fed fans. Don't be mad when the main event of WrestleMania, Omos versus Roman Reigns. It's happening. Big guys. Listen, they're going to be,
You'll get your Rock
the
match
theme
night
of
1.
WrestleMania is going to be, I need a big boy. I need a big boy. Give me a big boy. And SZA's gonna open the show. all
they're gonna sign Hikuleo, and it'll be Hikuleo versus Omos, Battle of the Giants.
Listen, I like Hikuleo. They can sign him.
Wait, they're interested in signing him though.
That's
Sean
what I
Ross
mean.
reported that
That's what's
yesterday.
gonna happen.
That's what we're saying.
That's
Yeah.
what I'm saying. It's gonna be Hikuleo.
Vince is back. Vince is back one day already. He's taking the
now
Giants.
that's a
from other
showcase of the immortals.
Oh
Vince was up at 3 a.m. with us watching Wrestle Kingdom and going,
No,
"Whoa,
no.
look at that guy."
Thank God they got the short ones off.
no, he's
Look at
back
him.
one day and we get the Vince voice back.
He's
and now I get the
gigantic.
freaking Creed.
He's the real monster among men.
Yeah, Jackie, what do you think? Before we get to Dynamite,
I just think that as it pertains to AEW, anybody who may have been thinking the grass might be greener on the other side probably just got a rude wake-up call that might not be the place to go back to. Because anybody that may have been thinking like, oh, well, Vince is gone, you know, it might be worth their while to go back because Hunter has a little bit of power. Nope. Don't do it.
you know what I just thought? You know the Homer Simpson thing where he walks into the bar, the Grandpa Simpson,
yeah.
he walks into the bar, takes his hat off,
Just
takes
got
his
off
hat
and
off,
then walked right back.
Tell me that's not Andrade.
Tell me that's
Can't
not-
wait to go back.
Hold
Oh, never mind. Tony, I'm coming back.
Miro. Lana, WWE is the greatest brand ever. Vince McMahon's back. Yo, Tony Khan, your brand's the best, man.
I'm back, baby. But with all that aside, it seems like it's going to be just as interesting of a 2023 as it was a 2022. And something that was very interesting was this week's AEW Dynamite, which of course got the new graphics, the new stage, which I personally think is beautiful. I know there's a lot of people who are upset that they don't have the tunnels. I personally love it. I think it looks big time. It looks like something that Kyle and Ant made in the AWF.
Yo, I swear to God, he was watching our past streams. He's like, I got
He had to be. That stage is beautiful. Kyle, I want to start with you as the man who has created a lot of arenas yourself in 2K22. What did you think of the stage and the presentation, the graphics, the colors, everything?
It was awesome. We got a little bit of a taste of the intro. They released it. Was it a day before Dynamite or 2 days before of what the new intro is? It's the same. I'm glad to keep the same theme because the theme's rocking. It's kind of like a rock remixed version of it, which is cool. But the stage, wow, it was, everyone was interested because they were going to change the stage. How are they going to change it? Where are they going to keep tunnels? Where are they not? Hilarious. Some of the people doing like the Sarah McLachlan videos on Twitter about the tunnels. I was howling again. Like wrestling Twitter sometimes never misses. And I saw a few of those videos and I was dying because just doing like the rest in peace of the tunnels. But
Oh my god.
you know what? It's a nice setup. The stage itself is beautiful. With the whole electronic stage, it's a very much of an upscale and an upgrade from what they had. Especially even the announce desk. The announce desk went from like, shitty Burger King long table to corporate. Let me spend $100,000 on a table.
Yeah,
kind of desk. It looks official with the screens in the bottom. It just, everything looks aesthetically pleasing. Like it all fit well. I liked it. I very much liked it. I was a big fan of it. You can tell even with the new cameras and stuff, some of the camera cuts and the way they were shooting stuff with the crane, a lot of awesome crane shots that they've kind of tuned up a little bit, which look really good. It's a great new era. I love the whole new look of it. Big fan.
Jackie, what'd you think of the stage and everything?
I really loved it.
And shout out to your dress for matching it. I mean, that's clearly why you wore it, right?
Yeah, clearly I wanted to fit the aesthetic. No, I mean, we were talking about it when we were thinking about like what could they possibly do to step things up. And we were saying we wanted the production value to feel more like over the top. And I think that they brought that to that level, like to make it feel like almost to the level of like the way that they do their pay-per-view setups, like their stages, and kind of like mimicking like the way that they did their Full Gear stage with the big, the big screens and stuff like that.
That's got to be the pay-per-view setup. That's got to be their pay-per-view stage from now on, because that's beautiful.
Yeah, it was time because they did the same setup for like 3 years, and most or other companies have done like they rotate it every year or something like that. So it was good to see a refresh. It looked the production quality overall just felt very very fresh, and it just it breathed a new life into it. And I think that going forward, it just kind of like kicked it up a notch. So it felt very, I just think it felt higher quality overall.
Yeah, I mean, it's a cool thing too, because it's like, I always love the way WWE presents their shows, right? I think that they're untouched, unmatched when it comes to the presentation of their shows. So I love that AEW, like if you're in competition with them, whether you want to be or not, and now your show looks professional. It's cool, right? You want to do it every now and then, but like I think when you're in smaller arenas and you have a small stage on top of that and you do that camera wide shot, you're like, oh, this is like a small budget. No matter how great the matches are, right? Obviously the product doesn't change. It's still amazing. But now with these screens, it looks big. It looks huge. Even though they're in smaller arenas, it looks like they're in big arenas, which I think is a plus. But what do you think, Kimmy?
I thought it looked really clean. I mean, someone who works in sports production very regularly, it's very cool for me to see like the way different sports and different networks produce their, games and whatever. So it was really clean. I really liked it. And shout out to the graphics guy, my guy, because graphics, pain in the ass. I feel your pain, and you did one hell of a job.
There you go. Hey, that's some great insight. You don't think about stuff like that. Yeah, Kyle, shout out to you, graphics guy.
Oh, let me tell you, the software that they use in production, it crashes, it freezes, it sucks. So shout out to the graphics guy.
That's awesome. But also, there was a lot of incredible matches from last night, and I want to start with the main event, because it's the one match that everybody's talking about, because everyone's so shocked that there was a title change on the card. Of course, we had the debut in Seattle for AEW. A lot of hometown people were on this card. Obviously, Aubrey Edwards, Bryan Danielson, Swerve Strickland, and Darby Allin in the main event. Darby versus Samoa Joe. Darby ends up winning the TNT title, gets the confetti from the ceiling. The crowd goes absolutely nuts. Jackie, were you surprised by this or not?
I
couldn't think of anything else to say.
Or were you surprised or
not?
Not. Yeah, I actually was, and it's only because like up until that point, like there was a lot of hometown people on the card, and everybody had been winning, and I was like, are they gonna pull like a swerve at the very end where it's like the one hometown guy in the main event doesn't win? And because it was against Samoa Joe, who had been like on this, this uptick of momentum, and I was like, they're gonna like swerve us and Darby's gonna lose, especially because Darby had been getting demolished the entire match.
Yeah.
It was another episode of Darby don't die, and like I'm like this guy's getting like thrown like a rag doll, like him freaking jumping the moonsault off the ladder, just like it's everything that he does. I'm like heart attack central. So, but yeah, like as soon as I saw Joe's head hit the exposed turnbuckle, I was like, holy shit, they're gonna capitalize on this. And like he hit that double coffin drop, and I was like, that's it. This is his moment. They're gonna go for it. And two-time TNT champion for Darby, and the crowd was like super behind him. Obviously, it's the hometown crowd, and then Sting coming out at the end, which we had that moment with it was like almost 10 o'clock. We're like, I don't know, like, is he going to turn on him? Is this going to be the moment? But no, it was really nice for him to come out and celebrate with him. But it was just
I didn't even
overall,
think about that because I watched it like the next day, of course, because fucking traveling, flying in the airport fucking sucks dick. Shout out to every professional wrestler that has ever professionally wrestled. I don't know how the fuck you do this 2-3 times a week. I did it twice in a week, and I wanted to jump out of the fucking plane.
Oh my God.
Dealing with the staff and dealing with other people on planes, it's awful.
I
So
think
watched
about
it the
that
next day.
every time I travel. I think about, I'm like, how do these freaking wrestlers do this like multiple times a week? Because I want to.
And with beat up bodies,
having like the croutons come up to them at whatever they land, tracking their flight.
Can you sign 47 8 by 10?
Let me undo I got my suitcase.
What do you want me to make it out to? Make it out to nothing because I'm gonna sell them on eBay for $10.
I'm gonna put them on my wall. Yeah, let me unzip my suitcase. And there's like
that's
fucking
exactly
overflowing and
like,
spilling all over the floor, just millions of the same figure.
Ridiculous.
You just hang out at the airport, like what the hell?
Yeah, weirdos.
You tracking their flight? Who does that? What are you doing?
And shout out to Matt in the chat talking about it. Nick Wayne, of course, AEW signed this kid who's not even fucking 18 yet, who is like a prodigy on the indies right now. So he was front row. Darby hugged him after the match. It was really cool. Darby also said when Nick Wayne graduates high school, he gets a title shot. Is he graduating this year? So maybe we'll see it down the line this year. There you go. He's graduating this year.
In June.
Is he signed with AEW? I don't remember. Like,
yeah, they signed him.
He got offered a deal last year on an indie show by Darby.
Yeah, I've seen some of his indie matches. He's really good. So they have
I've never seen him wrestle before. So
they have a really good young prospect there in Nick Wayne, man.
Nice. They have a lot of young talent at AEW, which I love.
Action Andretti sounds like a race car driver, but
yeah, it is what it is.
Or some sort of FIFA star.
Oh my God, not us. We ain't FIFA stars. We suck at that game. But Kimmy, what'd you think of the main event?
I am intrigued to see what happens now. I thought it was a matter of time before Joe loses one of the titles, which is why I kind of thought he was going to lose a final battle. But, Tony Khan, just do your thing. So I'm interested to see now if, obviously Honor Club seems to be starting this month. So is Joe going to be just exclusive to Ring of Honor? Are we going to continue the Joe and Wardlow feud?
I think so, Kimmy. I think you're right with the Ring of Honor thing because not only that, though, because Battle of Belts, they didn't feature, but they didn't feature any of the Ring of Honor belts on this Battle of Belts, right? They did for all the other ones. So maybe that's a sign.
What I'm saying. Guys, Kyle said I was right about something. We need to mark it down 7:59 on January 6th,
Kimmy, don't make me go get the bridge materials. Just let's move on.
Anyway, I'll talk about Darby. I'm excited. I mean, Darby's had a pretty rough year. He's been on the losing side a lot. So I was intrigued that he even got a TNT title shot out of any match he was going to have. But I'm excited to see what this TNT title run brings for him. I mean, now there's a lot more that he could do, a lot more talent. So I'm excited to see what this second run for the TNT title brings for Darby.
What do you think, Kyle?
It was a good main event. Again, very interesting. I thought for sure this was going to be the match because everyone in their hometown won. on Dynamite up until the main event. I'm like, okay, this is where Joe's gonna win, and it'll be like a cheat victory. He's gonna cheat something. But man, that's a big nod to Darby Allin, and I think that's probably why they did it, because Joe now is going to be transitioned to Ring of Honor, and they're going to start doing tapings for that. I'm going to imagine soon, like they're getting ready to start to record some tapings. So if they're going to do some stuff for Ring of Honor, kind of stick to that. Might as well keep the TNT belt on AEW TV. The only thing is like how does this like it was brought up, like how does this work for Wardlow, right? Because like Wardlow's now never gotten his revenge on Joe for him taking the TNT belt from him. So like now it's just like, what's Wardlow even doing?
Wardlow,
like, he got
I think
a
we're not going to
haircut.
see Wardlow until Revolution. I think he's taking time off to grow his whatever hair back. Honestly, I'm being dead
Maybe they
serious.
cut too much and there's a bald spot and they're like, ah, shit. You know what? Wardlow will go on vacation, put some like Just for Men on there, or what's it called? What's that stuff?
That
called?
Rogaine.
That's it. And we'll see you in a couple weeks when it's growing back.
Nah, we'll see you in like towards Revolution. We'll give you like a couple months off. I can see that happening. Wardlow had a big year. He was on a lot of Dynamites. Wouldn't be bad to kind of take a step back, reintroduce him.
We'll see. But yeah.
And remember, everybody, Kyle bringing it up. Well, Honor Club starting, and Cammy bringing it up. Starting up, Honor POV will be right around the corner with Your Honor, Kimmy Sokol,
Your
hosting
Honor.
the show.
You're the host, Your Honor, Kimmy Sokol.
Exactly.
In a judge robe.
Yeah, we need you in a judge robe and like the old
With a
school
gavel.
judge wig too, like the big white judge wig.
So I have my
Oh my
graduation gown from high school, and that's
Which is great.
black. So I can.
You
do
need
that.
a gavel, but you need the squeaky one, like a toy. You go,
Yeah, like, wicket.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
I think I have someone that could help me with that.
there
I
you
know a
go.
lawyer
Perfect.
or two.
awesome.
Or I know a judge or two. Don't worry.
Love it.
But
Also on that show, so the show starts off Chris Jericho versus Ricky Starks. Ricky Starks gets, which to me is a surprise victory and also a scary victory, because if you remember, Jericho and Eddie Kingston fought, and Eddie Kingston won that first match and then never won ever again. So we cross our fingers and hope that this feud will be a little better. I know that Kyle's new favorite wrestler, Action Andretti, was involved in this. We saw the JAS come out. I actually really like this. And I thought the match was incredible. I love that Jericho's losing a lot more recently. And I love that, even though, yes, we've seen the JAS do this a million times, if it leads to Ricky Starks going over at the end, I'm okay with it. I'm afraid it doesn't. What do you think, Kyle?
I don't want him to be. I think you kind of get lost in the shuffle with him in the JAS. It is if you don't put him in the JAS, because what do I see happening? He goes into JAS and it implodes from within. We just seen that shit with the Inner Circle. Why do we have to do that again? I don't want the same formula with Jericho's factions to go back to back with the same exact thing happening. No. Or like there's like a standoff and like some people stay in the JS and some people leave. No. Do not join the JS. Ricky Starks is better on his own. He's fine on his own. He's hot right now. Like he doesn't need a faction. He doesn't need a tag team.
His new entrance this week?
Oh, the production
with the
on that
lighting
was
and
great.
like this,
yo,
hilarious.
hilarious.
Oh,
spotlight.
hell yeah.
I thought that was hilarious because I'm sitting there going like, I've been watching his entrance like the last couple of weeks, and like the lights behind him when he's doing that pose. Yeah. If you go back and watch his entrance at the old stage, the light that's supposed to be on him is behind him, and this they finally got it right. It's on him. Like, there it is.
I love it, man. Just hit the Ricky Starks pose, like,
yeah.
Yes.
Jackie, you have to go sideways. You can't go front.
Yeah, Jackie.
Or else you're John Cena.
All right,
There you
fine.
Bald Cena.
Oh,
Poor guy.
leave him alone.
Yo, someone, I've been seeing all the memes this week. Someone put hustle, loyalty, but the O in loyalty, it was his head, the back of his head. And respect.
Oh boy.
Oh, poor guy, man.
Kyle, you can laugh at it. You're bald. So
Yeah, I
what do
know.
you care?
He needs to join the club. Just shave it all, buddy.
Yeah, it's over, bro. It's over. Just
Yeah.
save it.
Yeah.
But Jackie, what'd you think of this match?
I thought the match was a good opener. It wasn't like the best opener in
Not the
AEW
best.
history. Like, yeah, I mean, like considering that they tend to open like with like the really hot matches, but
Like the Wardlow
yeah.
matches? Oof.
oh,
There you
oh,
go.
I declare.
that's hot in a different way.
I declare.
But just to see the way that Ricky Starks' star has been on the rise. Stop trying to derail me.
Sorry.
Jesus Christ.
Jackie, I am comedy
Anyway.
gold, okay? I can't control where this comedy goes, all right? It just be going.
Yeah, it be going, but then you also distract me because you're talking about freaking Wardlow and I declare and all this stuff. And no.
It just reminds me of The Office when they were playing that like Clue game and Michael just kept going, I do declare.
Good times.
Go ahead, Jackie.
Anyway. So, yes, Ricky Starks. His star has been on the rise. We know we've been talking about it every week. And to see him in a program with a guy that's as high of a profile as Chris Jericho is it's been great to see. We shit on Jericho all the time. Yes, we do. For his long-winded storylines, but Ricky's looking great. Not only has he been killing it on the microphone, but like what he's been doing out in the ring. There was this really cool move that he did where he was like strutting on the top rope into a clothesline. And it's like that arrogance that he's been doing. And he's been working all of that into like his matches. He's becoming very much the full package superstar.
Wow.
Hey yo, it is. I can't say hey yo, it's a Friday because that's
Friday.
the kind of day where you are supposed to do that kind of stuff.
Do what kind of stuff, Jackie?
that you're supposed to.
Yeah.
Explain for the people who don't know.
We broke Jackie.
Nah, that's okay. That you're not gonna catch me slipping.
Save for
Tell me
OnlyFans.
Tell me him on the top rope. Wasn't that one thing where you're like I just envision myself like, nah, dude, wrestling is so good now. Like they make it look so real. Like not like when we were kids and we could be like, that's fake. Like, nah, it looks so real. And then that move took so long to hit. I was like, fuck. Yeah, suspend your disbelief. Yeah, why wouldn't Jericho move? Why is he just like, oh, take my hand? Like, you know what I mean? What's going on? Why is Ricky Starks strutting? Like, it's just fun. Just have a good time.
It's just you gotta have those moments though. Like it's gotta be a balance, really, where it's like, yeah, you're gonna have your like technical showcase and stuff like that, and then you're gonna have your like really over the top, like needless, senseless stuff like this, where it's just you gotta learn to let loose and just freaking enjoy yourself.
Just get naked.
Oh, it had to come up. It's there you go, the first one of 2023.
That's gonna be a shirt.
Let's get naked.
That'll be our best selling shirt.
Yeah.
The only thing that whole segment could have used less of was croutons. Less croutons.
Yeah, facts on that.
There was too much Hager in that, and I could have done without. But other than that, it was good.
Now, Kimmy, what that segment could have used more of, and that's of course Daniel Garcia.
Who?
So what
Did
did you
you
think?
see his tweet that he had like a stuffed animal monkey and it was red and everyone in the comments was like, oh my god, babe, is that for me? I was like,
God.
And Kimmy was like, as she posted the picture, she was like, psych, it's already mine. Back the fuck up.
I don't know who all these people are, but
Kimmy, you can say it. All these hoes. Who all these hoes are.
no,
Okay.
I was gonna say,
You
it's not
already
on
in
record.
here.
Them hoes trying to get up my man.
No, I mean, like I'm just gonna say this: Daniel Garcia has not worked a convention since he's worked with me. Is he scared he's not gonna work with someone as good as me ever again?
I think so. Yep.
You know, I was gonna take him over to meet the boogeyman because my man was marking out to the boogeyman.
Listen, I didn't want to be the person to say this,
What
but
a weird person to
subscribe
get marked out over.
I
the
subscribe
boogeyman.
to Fightful.com.
Look at all these legends. Yo, wait, the boogeyman.
I know for a fact, SRS reported today, Daniel Garcia refuses to work with anybody but Kimmy.
No,
Yeah.
Kyle, I kid you not. It was so funny.
It's on the
He was like-
$10 Patreon, not the 5 one.
Daniel was standing there, and he's like, "Is that the boogeyman?" And I said, "Yeah." He
Bro,
goes,
random.
he was like, "I want to."
Holy shit, it's Bret Hart. Wait, the Boogeyman.
Fuck out of here, Brett.
He really is a sports
Yo,
entertainer.
Boogeyman, love
Kyle,
the worms. Love the worms.
Kyle, you know
Living the gimmick.
the Biggie clip. You keep your 5-star matches.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
not what I got in wrestling. I got it in wrestling for the worms.
For the worms.
For the worms.
You watch your work rate, not me.
Bump that. I'm here to throw up worms on people.
That's exactly what Daniel Garcia was thinking. 100%. Yo, fuck my
I
wrestling.
saw
I
it.
want to spit worms at people. I want to be the worm guy in JAS.
I thought that this segment was good. I think Ricky Starks is going to have a big 2023. I could actually see him being the one to beat Darby, maybe at Revolution,
That'd
maybe
be
Double
cool.
or Nothing. I'm
I
not
want him to be
20
Mid-Atlantic champion, and I want him to, like, start facing, like,
Oh, I
people.
said all Atlantic champion. didn't I?
All Atlantic champion. I
Whoops.
want, whatever. I want
Wait,
him.
which one is it?
I want him to
It's
win that
all
belt.
Atlantic.
I want
Oh,
him to win
okay.
that belt. The All Atlantic
Kip Sabian's winning
Intercontinental
it tonight.
South Dakota
yeah, Kip's winning it
belt.
tonight.
And-
Tonight,
Anyways.
baby, on hour 47 of AEW that will air at 3 a.m.
Anyways, I want Ricky to win that because I'd want him to, like, I'd want to see him go and kind of like represent AEW and like New Japan and other like brands out there with that belt. Or like
You mean how
face
Kip's
people
gonna
in
do it on
AEW.
DDT?
Same
'Cause
thing.
they-
But that's what I want to see Ricky in that role. Because Ricky, has he not held the TNT belt? Am I losing it?
No.
Or is that? Oh, that's the
No,
FTW
he
belt.
held the
FTW.
My bad.
Which doesn't exist, but exists, and it doesn't exist, but is on TV, but it doesn't exist.
You know what? Either one, either TNT or
That
Mid
part.
Atlantic. I feel
That
like
part.
they could do a lot with either or with him. So, yeah, you're right, Kimmy. I kind of want to see him.
That's two.
Oh my god! You know what?
Two.
I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it, Kimmy. It's right over here.
It's about that time.
There's a box right here.
No, wait, no. He has to wait, no, because I have a take on Mercedes. I think he's gonna do it for the Mercedes thing. My take on that.
So we're gonna start with that next, and we're gonna go to you, right?
Great.
So we get the announcement last night in a pre-tape with Renee, Saraya, Tony Storm, and Sheeta, who's now a meme now. If you guys saw the meme that everyone's making with the like little monkey looking thing where it's like, what's going on? Oh, I love it. It's with the hands. It's so great. So Saraya announces that Tony Storm is her partner, and half of the internet went, "What the fuck? I thought it was Mercedes. This is so fucking stupid." And the other half went, "Shut the fuck up. It's clearly Mercedes," because that's why Sheeta got mad. So wherever you fall on that side of the fence,
Bro, it was
is where
the
you
worst
fall.
acting I've ever seen. It was so forced. I'm
So
sorry.
bad.
Great segment, but it was the most forced shit I've ever seen. And if y'all got fooled, you got fooled really bad because my God, that was like high school acting job by Saraya. And I love my girl Saraya, but like the fact that the way she was talking and turns to Tony Storm, and I'm gonna pick you, Tony Storm, because and like purposely, like it was all fishy. If it was actually Tony Storm, they would have announced this shit a month ago. Like, you don't announce a match a month ago if it's gonna be Tony Storm. She was there a month ago.
Maybe the negotiations fell through.
No.
Who knows? Who knows?
No,
Kyle?
the way they did everything, no. You have Britt go and wink when she says the word boss. Give me a break. You don't have Britt do that.
Oh, Kyle. Oh,
Kimmy, what
Kyle.
do you think, Kimmy? What's your take that's gonna get Kyle upset?
Then
Okay,
when she shows up
Kyle.
next week, I can't
No,
wait
no,
for
no,
next
wait,
week's
wait.
show.
Okay, first of all, I'm not on next week's show.
I don't care. I'm
Second
gonna
of-
rip you apart.
Second of all, we have to look at this from a full picture. So I'm gonna take you on a ride. Do I think Mercedes is showing up next week? Yes. Do I think she is the partner? No. Because I think in the negotiations, New Japan said, we get first dibs on your match back. Your first match is going to be with us. And you can't wrestle till after February 18th. And she said yes.
So Kimmy,
Yeah.
I'm gonna jump in real quick. One,
Yeah.
that's a great point. Two, however, I was listening to day after Dynamite with Will Washington and Sean Ross Sapp this week, and they said that is a great point. They also said what you said. However, when Moxley signed with AEW, his first match was in New Japan. So it's possible you can sign with one company and have your first match with another company.
Well, no, I'm not. I'm just saying, like, this is a possibility because
Okay.
I think what is going to happen is, if you remember in the segment, Britt gave Saraya 2 tickets. I think only 1 ticket's being used. I think Mercedes is going to be at ringside and attack Britt from behind after Saraya and Toni Storm win. I think this is then going to lead to Mercedes versus Britt at Revolution because it will be in LA. It's in San Fran. Yeah, it's in San Fran. It will be after February, and I think Mercedes is going to win.
Is that at the
title
Cow
from
Palace?
Kyrie. Yes.
Oh, that's a big venue too.
I think Mercedes is going to beat Kyrie in February, and I think this world domination is going to be her being in New Japan and her being in AEW. And I also think, for those asking about Trinity, I think she'll be in the Royal Rumble. I don't think she's following Mercedes.
Yeah,
So
I think she's going back.
Kyle, take it or leave it. Build me a bridge. I don't care. She is not wrestling. She is not the partner. She will be at ringside.
She is going to wrestle because New Japan AEW's relationship, unlike the Fed, is actually a good relationship. So here's what I'm thinking that's going to happen. Hikaru Shida is going to get the heel turn that everyone wants next week.
Mm-hmm.
And is going to attack Toni Storm and take out Saraya's partner who turned her back on Toni Storm, or turned her back on her and said that Toni Storm is like the only good wrestler in the company, and basically saying that you're not a good wrestler. And he's going to take out Toni Storm's partner. Saraya's going to be like, hey, who do I pick? Sure enough, who's going to be there? Mercedes. And then Saraya is going to face Hikaru Shida at Revolution. They're going to start a feud after that.
Love it.
The only
That's
reason
fine.
I don't see that happening is because if I'm New Japan, why am I risking Mercedes getting hurt?
I mean,
Because you already
don't
we
expect people to get
mentioned
hurt.
it.
Well,
But we mentioned
here's the
half
thing
show.
here, then. Their match at Battle of the Bay is not really a big event. If they need to move it, they'll move it.
But they sold 400 tickets since they announced the
Yeah.
match. It's going to sell out because
They
of
did their
Mercedes.
job. They
How is it
sold
gonna-
they sold the tickets.
But that's so fucked up. I would want to
welcome,
guarantee the match.
Welcome to wrestling.
the business. Welcome to the business.
Where have you
I
been?
don't know. I've been in the business busting my
Then
ass.
you
for
should
the
know
past
that
4
that's
years.
what you
where
that's
I've been.
Kimmy. Then you should know that's what it is.
Business. Me. It was me, Kimmy. It was me all along.
Kimmy, they can't
business.
just hold out on shit because of risking injury. Injury's gonna happen regardless of or not she wrestles or not. It's injury. It happens in sports.
Well,
you know what I mean?
As John Alba said, one of us will be right, one of us will be wrong, and next week we'll know which one of us is
You know
right.
what I think this is? So
Like
for
Ron
anybody who remembers when LeBron James was a free agent the first time, every reporter came out and had something to say. He's going to the Knicks. Fucking stupid people those were. He's going to the Clippers. He's going to the Bulls. He's going to the Miami Heat. And guess what? Stephen A. Smith.
I just don't
got
like
it
the.
right.
I don't.
And
I
now
don't like.
Stephen A. Smith's the
I'm
biggest-
sorry. I just don't like the risk of injury thing. Exactly what said in the chat. She can get injured training for the Battle of the Bay match. There's no
And
like.
that's what fucked up Cody.
So then
and that's
what?
what fucked
Then
up
what's
Cody
the point if
Rollins.
she shows up on AEW and wrestles? Then if she doesn't, there's no point. There's no.
Kyle, I'll be honest with you.
Alright.
I kind of think what Kimmy is saying is going to happen now. That's a good point.
That
Let's
she's gonna be
fuck
sitting
Cody
at
up,
ringside.
Kyle.
No.
No, not at ringside. That there'll be some type of that she's not going to wrestle.
But they
I don't-
did the
so here's the
ticket
thing.
thing.
I-
They did the ticket. What was the point of the ticket thing then?
No, I don't think she's gonna wait until after Battle of the Bay. I think she wrestles before that, but I don't think she's Saraya's partner.
I'm gonna be so underwhelmed at that point, though. Like,
Bruh,
all the
it's
build-
gonna get shit on if it's not Mercedes. I'm telling you, the fans are gonna boo it as soon as the bell rings. And if Mercedes is not out there, how do you guys not
Well,
put two and two
that's
together? They're gonna shit on this match.
And that's Tony Khan's fault. That's not Mercedes' fault. That's not my fault. It's Tony Khan. Blame him. Is this the first time he's under-delivered on something in his entire existence of being CEO of AEW?
Kimmy, why are you acting like I'm blaming you? Why do you do that all the time? Like, what are you talking about?
You're being
Listen,
so hot.
I'm not
Kyle,
being
this
mean.
is what's gonna happen.
Like, no one's
this
blaming
is-
you, Kimmy. Like,
Kyle, I figured it all out. I'm a mastermind. Sheeta's gonna attack Tony Storm. New partner, Christian Cage.
shock everybody.
Brian Cage. Brian Cage.
Oh my god, I'm fucking throw my TV out the window.
Yeah.
Enough.
No,
I guess we'll wait and see what happens next week.
No.
The crowd's
It's
gonna
gonna
boo it if
be-
it's not.
I agree with Kyle. They're gonna boo it, but I kind of agree with Kimmy that they're gonna do it that way because
Do what way? How
I
is she?
think that she's not gonna wrestle. That she's just gonna come out and attack somebody, or maybe stand on the stage and be like, "Fuck you." I don't know.
That doesn't seem like
She's
no.
they're just gonna play the music and it's gonna be like money, money.
That's the other thing too. She couldn't take wrestling bookings till after January 1st. What if she's doing something completely different that day?
They're smart. They know they wouldn't have done what they've done if it's not gonna be Mercedes. They are smart. They know what people are talking about. They know
Listen,
what's happening.
I think it's not gonna be Mercedes. I think Sasha Monet. Done. We're all right.
You know what? It's Mercedes Banks.
So we're gonna rapid
You
fire
can
the
bank
rest
on it.
because I want to get to the award show to make
yeah.
the show not super long. So I'm gonna go to Jackie for this one. So we see the Gun Club come out and take shots at FTR in a segment that I actually really enjoyed. Jackie, very sorry. What'd you think of this?
I'm gonna kick those ass boys' asses. That's what I think. No, it pissed me off. So it did the job. It did the job because it perfectly got under my skin. They're the perfect snarky, like they're just. Oh God, it just pissed me off like perfectly. I think Kyle had like asked because it was Austin Gunn that came out in that like obnoxious jacket, and Kyle said like, "What? I wonder what he has under his jacket." And what did I say? I was like, "The audacity." That's what he has under his jacket. But yeah, they came out. They did the fake out with FTR's music playing as if FTR was going to come out and retaliate, as if we didn't know that they were in Japan and they had no way of coming out to defend themselves. But yeah, so I guess we're still moving along with this storyline in some way, shape, or form, which makes sense because there's no way that the ass boys, as I'm gonna forever refer to them as, are gonna get the upper hand on FTR and not have to get the receipts for it. So we're gonna see where this goes, and I hope FTR comes back and beats those ass boys' asses. So yeah, there's that.
Now the
Lot of
next thing,
ass.
Kimmy. So we got to see Jade and Red Velvet versus Kira Hogan and Sky Blue, and as the honorary baddie herself, the honorary fourth baddie, Kimmy, what did you think of this segment and what it led to, which will be happening on Battle of the Belts tonight?
I think they're all gonna turn on Jade, which would be great because that's what I told them to do in November. So if that's somehow like I did that, guys, all me. I'm excited. I mean, I was kind of upset. I thought, Red Velvet turning on Jade would get like kind of a bigger reaction, but I'm not the IWC. I think it's going to be interesting to see, what this is going to lead to. I think they're just stalling now till Statlander eventually comes back and beats Jade. But I think the interesting thing is like, what if Red Velvet is the one? What if Layla's the one? What if Kiara's the one? So it's going to be interesting to see what happens. But I think it's just stalling time until we get to Stat coming back, hopefully at Revolution. If not, Double or Nothing, which is a really long time. So please, for the love of God, be at Revolution.
Yeah. So Kyle,
Hello.
I can go a lot of different ways with this. Do I go the bad way? That ended up being a good way. Do I go the swerve match or the Hangman thing? What do you want to talk about, Kyle?
I mean, we all don't really need to touch base too much on the Hangman and Moxley thing because really it was just a promo.
It was a great promo,
And
though.
they had some mic
Fantastic
difficulties. It is what
Shout
it is.
out to a brand new stage, same old Hangman. This is for Ant. Did not pose for the fireworks again. Pops me every time. I know Ant is somewhere fucking swinging that air. Like, just stop for 1
I
second.
think this week was the pyro guy was late because Hangman did his pose and then the pyro went off. So I think the pyro guy was late this week.
But Swerve and AR Fox.
Bill Bodkin wants to know in the chat, Kimmy, where did you come up with that theory?
Because he told me it 2 months ago.
Oh, so you
Wow, the
just
truth
sat
comes out.
here on our show and took credit
Plagiarize.
and plagiarized. Are you serious?
Plagiarize.
Wow.
Wow.
Wow,
I don't want you to
SparkNotes.com,
say
Timmy.
anything to me ever again.
Spark Notes.
Yo, Mercedes is wrestling next week. Fuck you.
Wait, but if me and Bill are right, do we get like an award?
No, I'll just be like, good for you guys, and I'll shit on what a stupid decision it was.
Well, maybe Bill will get it because he came up
It was
with
his
it,
idea.
apparently.
Yeah. We'll give Bill the award.
Anyways,
Is that why he's not texting me
but
back?
what was the other thing you asked me about?
The swerve. All right, so
Oh, that
Kyle,
was a good
actually, this
match.
reminds me of something. All right, the match was incredible. Kyle, I'm sorry, Kyle. I owe you an apology. Okay, me and you went at it when they announced the group. I'm not gonna lie, they look cool as fuck coming out together with the. I'm not gonna lie, this shit looked cool. I was like, fuck. I'm ready to go back on my word.
I ain't gonna lie.
Look cool as fuck.
Phil, I ain't gonna lie that when they came out,
It's his brand.
I was like, the guy in the red looks like he just came out of a trap house. I'm not gonna lie. That's what I
Listen, all right, this shit looked dope as fuck. I'm not gonna lie, bro. This shit looked cool. I want that fucking hoodie, bro, so bad. That logo is so cool. Mogul affiliates. I was like, damn it, I fucking hate that I like this. And I love that guy still doesn't have a name. They're like, and Taz is just fucking tattoo guy or whatever stupid shit he was saying. It's like fucking no name. Oh, that's no name guy. Like what? I love that Taz and Excalibur can just do whatever
He
the
called
fuck
him.
they want.
He called him Painted Man Jones.
Painted
Yeah.
Man Jones.
So fucking funny, bro. But,
Yo,
oh,
can
Kyle,
he
I'm sorry,
actually
bro.
be called Painted
Painted
Man?
Man Joe?
Man Jones.
God, dude, it was so fucking. And then the match was incredible afterwards.
Oh man,
Shit.
Swerve and AR Fox killed it. Like that was
Yeah.
it. That was
And it was in nod to their Lucha Underground match, right?
Yeah.
That's what Excalibur kept saying.
Yeah, it was bang on. It was awesome. I'm digging this whole Swerve and his faction thing. Obviously, I think we're still waiting on the whole Keith Lee thing, right? The Keith Lee and potentially
Swerve,
his
yeah.
faction, or if they're just going to keep him on his own, we'll see. But as far as the match goes, that was prime. If you guys
That was
missed,
good shit.
you guys missed Swerve and AR Fox, go back and watch that because that was. I felt like that could have made the New Japan card. Like that was a fantastic match.
No. Now the last thing, unless I'm forgetting something, the last thing that I'm gonna touch on real quick is, yo, Tony Khan. I'm waving my finger at you, bro. I see what you did there. All right. You're a very bad boy.
Hi,
You
Tony
bad
Khan.
boy, Tony Khan.
Hello.
Right? I almost put you in this cage right here behind me.
Oh, whoa.
Bad boy.
Hey, yo.
All right. All right. Okay. All right. I almost tied your wrist.
Oh.
And gave you a little kiss and put you in this cage, Tony Khan.
Hey,
You bad
yo.
boy.
Yo,
Right. It's a Friday. I can say these things.
hold
Right?
up.
How dare you have Carrie, one person specifically, text me that motherfucker, Jeff Jarrett,
Oh, God.
and Jay Lethal, who I like Jay Lethal, won the tag titles to
Briefly.
make my heart drop while on the fucking airplane. Mad as hell, okay?
I had a
Mad
heart
as hell,
attack.
but then stab at the wrist. Aubrey comes out, saves the day. Everybody's happy. Everybody good boy now.
Yo, they
Hey,
did such a good
don't
job
scare
with
me
that.
Tonight.
Like, out of all
They're
people
gonna do
to,
it tonight.
but like, out of all people to reverse the decision,
Jimmy, please don't say that.
out of all people to reverse the decision, Aubrey, who's from Seattle, to do it was picture perfect. That
Kimmy,
was
if I
so
stay up
well done.
to fucking midnight and that motherfucking cowboy wannabe Jeff Jarrett fucking Wish.com wins the tag titles in fucking 2023, I'll be very upset.
I don't think so.
Prepared to be very, very upset.
No, it ain't happening.
They
Stop
ain't
it.
winning the
Ain't
tag
happening.
belts. No way in hell. And a no DQ match? No way. No.
And the other cool thing that I want to touch on. So Danielson had a match versus Tony Nese. Cool, great. He won the match. Awesome. What's interesting is what happened afterwards. And that's saying that MJF being like, oh, in this company, you have to win a bunch of matches to get a title shot.
Mhm.
You don't just get given one, which is why did Darby get one then? But that's besides the point. So if Danielson wins all his matches, him versus MJF in an Iron Man match at
60
Revolution,
minutes,
a
too.
60-minute
The
Iron Man
traditional
match.
Iron Man match.
Which, listen, I got two things to say about this. One, My favorite match of all time is Bret Hart versus Shawn Michaels, WrestleMania 12, 60-minute
yes.
Iron Man match. I think it's the perfect match.
Mhm.
I think there's never been a match better. And it is beautiful. Okay. So the mark in me, very happy for what this
I
could be.
guarantee you they're going to do a lot of stuff from that match.
Callbacks?
Yeah,
Right.
a lot of callbacks.
Number 2, and here's the negative side of it. How fucking long is Revolution going to be? If you're adding a 60-minute main event,
you're keeping that as an 8-card maximum.
What is
8
Tony
match card
Khan,
maximum, including the pre-show.
We watch Dynamite every week. We've watched these pay-per-views. We know how much Tony Khan can fit in an hour of programming. If he's going to take that away and give it to just this one match with entrances and aftermath, bro, this pay-per-view is going to 3 a.m. We might as well just watch Wrestle Kingdom.
The press conference will be at 6 a.m. So wake up, get your coffee.
Oh my
It'll
God.
be at 6 a.m.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it'll be 3 a.m. for us, but it'll be midnight for them.
They're
in the West. Oh no, they're in the West Coast. They can go as long as they want over there. But for us, it's gonna suck.
Oh Jesus.
Oh
Right,
no.
San Francisco.
God damn it.
It's gonna be a long
Tony
night.
Khan, we
for
know you watch
everybody.
show. Hey, Tony Khan, how you doing? We know you watch show. Please, for the love of God, keep this a 8-match max pay-per-view. That is including the buy-in. It's including the buy-in. Please let me
use
just
Rampage that weekend as where you want to put these other matches.
Yeah.
For the love of God, please. Please.
I do not want to be watching 10 minutes into the Iron Man match at 2 a.m.
Yeah, because I'm gonna be very tired, and tired boy is the worst, and we know this. we don't want to deal with all that. But Kyle, the time is now.
Ooh,
people have waited long enough.
Hey,
the official winners of the Elite POV Awards.
Change the layout
for 2022. Of course, if you guys don't know what we're talking about, I know a lot of people have put out their best of lists already, their awards. We wanted to wait until the first show of the new year because last year we did it a little early, and at the last show of the year, we got Hangman versus Danielson, and it didn't make the cut when it should have made the cut. It would have won. Yeah. We wanted to make sure we got everything in from 2022. So Kyle, take it away.
All right. So now you guys can see the old logo is up on the top. This is actually the last time you're going to see that logo up there. So soak it all in, man. But anyways.
Bye-bye.
I need Jericho to bring that back. But anyways. All right, folks. We're going to start. We're actually going to end off the awards with the male and female wrestler of the year. So the first category we're going to get into will be best moment of the year. And we had 5 moments that made the list this year. Some pretty good moments, to say the least. But we have Tony Khan announcing that he has purchased Ring of Honor. Super cool moment. We had the New Japan and AEW partnership episode when Jay White came out, but we saw the 2 presidents shaking hands on stage, marking the official coming together of both companies and signing off for Forbidden Door.
Great picture of Tony Khan, by the way.
Yeah. We had the Owen Hart Foundation, everything they announced with that, and including the tournament, which was a really cool moment. And then we had the debut of my girl Saraya at Grand Slam, which is a really cool moment as well. And then last but not least, the Elite making their return at Full Gear, which we were a part of for that. And we're also part of, I guess, Jackie and Phil were a part of, and Kimmy were part of the
Saraya moment.
Saraya moment.
I'll never forget the way Jackie reacted. I was like, what? I never even knew you were a huge Saraya fan. It's awesome.
So, without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, the winner, chosen by you, the fans, because it was fan voted and voted by us, so we participate into the fan voting, at a winning 31.7% of the votes. So it was a very close one. 31.7%. The winner is the return of the Elite.
Wow, you
Full
marks.
Gear.
You fucking marks. How does Saraya lose? That was mine.
So 31.7% was the Elite's return at Full Gear. In second place, Forbidden Door at 24.4%.
Jeez, this is why the women wrestle at 920.
Third place was Saraya. Fourth place was Owen Hart. And fifth was Tony Khan buying Ring of Honor.
Wow.
Damn.
So
Dang.
What a shock. Best part about that return is the other two fire things not working. And we just get the one.
The flash
so
spot's
funny.
not working.
Great.
So next,
What a shock.
you
guys are nuts.
Yeah. I was shocked too. I thought Saraya. I mean, Saraya was winning for a while when the votes were coming in. Saraya was leading, and somehow in the last 2 weeks, like the Elite's return, just they must have all got together and just said, "Let's
All
vote."
the elite marks
Yeah.
were like getting in on there.
Yeah. So the next category we're going to is hottest signing of the year. And we had 5 top signings of the year. Really good ones, too. We had Claudio Castagnoli at Forbidden Door. Tony Storm showing up on Dynamite, I believe it was.
Tony Khan.
I was going to say
Tony Khan.
Samoa Joe showing up at the Ring of Honor pay-per-view, which was completely... I had no idea that was going to happen. That was unexpected. Swerve with a massive signing there as well. And then obviously, last but not least, Saraya there as well. 5 signings, and the winner of hottest signing of the year voted by everybody is Saraya.
Yeah. Something.
At 39%, first place for
shocked.
Saraya. Second place,
For
Swerve.
me, it was Tony Storm. What about you guys? Who did you guys have?
I forgot.
Tony Storm actually came in 4th place.
I thought it was Tony Storm.
I voted Saraya.
Tony Storm really brought some needed I can't think of the word I want to say, but she really brought that women's division together and had a great run as champion. But Saraya, I'm not mad about it.
Next category, breakout star of the year.
Y'all, Daniel Garcia, baby. This is all him. This is his award.
So we did have Daniel Garcia's 1. We had 5. So Daniel Garcia was 1. Wheeler Yuta was 2. We had the Acclaim up there, Wardlow, and last but not least, my girl, Jamie Hayter. And the winner for breakout star of the year is Jamie Hayter.
Hey, that's cool.
And not Daniel
What?
Garcia.
Guys,
Jamie Hayter?
guys,
So
guys.
here's
Guys.
something. Kimmy, I gotta read this. So
I don't want to see it.
you don't have to see it, so I have to read it. So first place at 39% was Jamie Hayter. Second place at 24.4%, the Acclaimed.
Hey.
Third place was a tie at 14.6% each, with Wheeler Yuta and not Daniel Garcia, Wardlow. Daniel Garcia with only 7.3% of the vote.
That was Kimmy's vote.
Was I the only vote?
There was 3 votes.
Okay, guys, I'm gonna tell you something. Daniel Garcia main evented the most Dynamite out of any single person on the roster, and you chose Jamie Hayter as your breakout star. Do it by statistics, people. Y'all wrong. Y'all fake. I'm not forgiving you for that. That's horrible.
I chose
got
Wheeler
screwed.
Yuta.
I also chose Wheeler Yuta.
I chose my girl, obviously.
I love you, Wheeler Yuta. I voted for
Jackie
you,
Wheeler
baby.
Yuta. Atta girl. Next, we got this is a good
What
category.
a shock.
We got feud of the year. We have MJF and the late great CM Punk.
Late great. Damn.
Thunder Rosa and Britt Baker. The Acclaimed and Swerve in Our Glory. JAS and the BCC.
I don't
And
even
then
remember what I voted for.
FTR and the Briscoes.
Oh, that's what I voted for. No,
So
I don't remember.
this is interesting. This was a very, very interesting one. This went
Who did I
back
vote
and forth between 3 of them since the beginning of the voting. It shuffled every single week I checked on
I think I did
these.
Brit and Thunder, to be honest with you.
So this one is going to be interesting. So the winner of feud of the year, believe it or not, is CM Punk and MJF.
Not a bad choice. All right, they had a great feud.
They
All right,
had a
press
great-
conference aside, that feud was excellent.
Yeah, and they won with 41.5% of the votes. Second place was
Damn.
FTR and the Briscoes at 31.7%.
Which was barely a feud, let's be honest.
Third place was
Okay.
Britt
matches,
Baker
though.
and Thunder Rosa.
Fantastic.
And then fourth place was tied 7.3% with the other two, BCC, Jericho Appreciation Society, Swerve in Our Glory, and the Acclaimed. So
Couldn't go wrong here.
it was
Not a
flipping.
shock.
Like for the last week up until the The last week, actually, yeah, FTR and the Briscoes was leading, and then something swerved CM Punk and MJF in that direction.
That's it. CM Punk's coming back, confirmed.
He voted.
He voted.
Next, we have pay-per-view of the year. And we had to add it. Technically, there was 5 in 2022 if we're counting Forbidden Door. Technically, it was a AEW pay-per-view. It was joint pay-per-view with New Japan. So we had, obviously, the Revolution, Double or Nothing, All Out, and Full Gear shuffle with Forbidden Door in the middle. And the winner of pay-per-view of the year, surprisingly, was Forbidden Door.
Nice. I think I voted Full Gear, but now hearing it out loud, I should have voted Forbidden Door.
So
that was a great pay-per-view.
Forbidden Door with 40% of the votes won first place.
Wow.
Nice.
25% was All Out in second. Third was Full Gear with 15%. And fourth was tied 10% each with Double or Nothing and Revolution.
Double or Nothing fucking blowed this year.
Revolution, I think from what I remember from that pay-per-view, I think the only match that I remember that I loved was the MJF and
Well, Revolution, wasn't that the exploding barbed wire death match that didn't go well?
No, that was a year before.
No,
that
that
was during COVID.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Next, we have microphone MVP of the year, and we have 5. And you're gonna love the one picture I chose. When you get to it, you'll see it. So, microphone MVP of the year, we have MJF, John Moxley, Britt Baker, Hangman Adam Page, and CM Punk. And I chose, for anyone listening on audio, I chose the CM Punk press conference photo.
I'm still waiting for it on YouTube.
And sure enough, winner of the year was MJF. I swear to you. MJF wins, obviously, microphone of the year in a whopping 56.1%.
And what was the best thing he said all year? You fucking Mark!
And second place was John Moxley. Third place was CM Punk. Fourth place was Hangman Page. And in last place with
Britt Baker last place.
And Britt Baker last place with only 1 vote. And I wonder who that 1 vote
I can't imagine.
I can't imagine who that 1 vote was.
You know what? The Kimmy Faves keep on losing. I don't understand this. Justice for the Kimmy Faves.
Okay.
Don't worry, Kimmy. That was me. That was me last year.
On that one.
That was me. I think I voted for Mox too.
So here we go, folks. Now we're getting to the nitty gritty. The most, I guess I would say the most important words, the biggest awards of the bunch. We're starting off with match of the year, and we had a ton. We had 9 matches to choose from for
people, this was the hardest category to pick because AEW has given us so many great matches this year. And if you guys didn't catch the podcast where we explained why we voted, so yes, we could have put all 3 FTR matches against the Briscoes on this list, but then we would have had so many more, and we didn't want to mess up the votes of people voting for specific matches that would take away from the other matches. So as a team, we voted that the Super Card of Honor won. That won the majority, so that's why it's in there.
So FTR versus the Briscoes as Super Card. Yep.
Why did you use the picture from Britain Thunder for their match in 2021?
I don't know. I just
that's what it is.
To be honest, I tried typing in the one that was in the thing, and it wouldn't give me like proper pictures, so I just grabbed that one.
It is whatever.
Anyways, it was only giving me like the Dynamite match card graphic, and I didn't want to put that in there. Anyways, FTR and the Briscoes a Super Card of Honor in the beginning of the year, back in April. Anarchy in the Arena, Double or Nothing between the JS and the BCC. We had Bryan Danielson versus Hangman Page in the beginning of the year last year, which the Dynamite, that was literally on January 5th last year. So a year ago yesterday was that match. MJF and CM Punk at Revolution, the dog collar match. Cody Rhodes, and hard to believe that this happened this year. 2022. Yeah. Cody Rhodes and Sammy Guevara in the beach break match in that ladder match.
Incredible.
Hikaru Shida and Jamie Hayter from literally last month. Thunder Rosa and Britt Baker from the St. Patrick's Day Slam.
Crazy that happened last year.
Yeah. The Acclaim versus Swerve in Our Glory, which was
All
Out, the All Out match. Which
we were there.
That was the one that was that the one? No, that wasn't the Audible match. That was the Audible match where they should have pulled the Audible.
That was.
Yeah.
Moxley against Wheeler Yuta on Rampage, and Orange Cassidy versus Will Ospreay at Forbidden Door. Kimmy's dad's favorite.
Very interested where this goes.
Yeah. So,
because for me it was the FTR match, but.
So, here we go, folks. Moment of truth. Who won Match of the year. Match of the year out of all those categories, or out of all those nominations, match of the year voted by everyone was FTR and the Briscoes at Ring of Honor Supercard.
You guys did
of
something
Honor.
right. Congratulations, guys. You did something right.
34.1% of the votes went towards FTR and the Briscoes. Second place was Orange Cassidy and Will Ospreay, so you can tell your dad that, Kimmy.
Yes.
I don't know if he's watching.
Yeah. Third place went to Bryan Danielson and Hangman Page, actually, from that first Dynamite.
Wait, my dad voted. My dad didn't vote for that match. My dad did vote in this poll.
Okay, so fourth place, there was a three-way tie between Jon Moxley, Wheeler Yuta, the Swerve in Our Glory and the Acclaimed, and Britt Baker and Thunder Rosa. Fourth place were only 2 votes. Sheeta and Hater.
It just happened.
Yeah, actually, it was tied with the CM Punk and MJF match. And then
I'm surprised I didn't get more.
The last one was with 1 vote, Cody Rhodes and Sammy Guevara.
Listen, guys, that match was incredible. Put the Sammy hate aside for a lot of you guys. That match was unfucking believable.
Yeah.
That ladder match was awesome.
So now we're going to get into
heart.
the 3 wrestler categories. And we're starting off with Tag Team of the Year. We have FTR.
Jackie, get the chunkla ready.
Jackie's going to love the picture I chose, by the way. We have FTR.
I love that photo.
We have the Acclaimed, the Young Bucks, Swerve in Our Glory, and the Jungle Express, the Jurassic Express. So winner of Tag Team of the Year, this was unanimous and an obvious pick here, and that was FT.
Wait, did they get all the votes?
58.5% of the votes went towards FTR.
Which one of you motherfuckers did not vote for FTR?
So here we go. I'll break it down. Second place was the Acclaimed at 34.1% of the votes.
You guys are crazy. I love the Acclaimed.
And then literally the 3 other teams tied for third place.
Come on, guys.
Yeah, but the
second year in a row.
Back
FTR,
to back.
Back to back.
You love to see it.
Don't worry, Kimmy. They're going to win a Slammy next year.
Yeah.
Best WWE tag team.
Stop it.
Shut your mouth.
They're going to win Return of the Year.
Revival, baby.
They're getting Return of the Year. Anyways, because we're an inclusive podcast.
Oh, that would pop you, Kimmy.
We love being inclusive here. The males are going to go first, and the women will main event the award show.
Nice.
So
nice. Wait, make sure we tweet. It's the first time ever.
Yeah. Actually, you know what? Let me wait till 9:25. So can we talk for another?
Would you stop?
Anyways, Wrestler of the Year in the male category, we have Jon Moxley, Hangman Page, Dax Harwood, CM Punk, and Bryan Danielson. So this was a very interesting one. This one was another one that literally switched week by week. I'm looking at
every single one of you who voted, and you better have voted who I wanted to win.
This literally switched week by week. This was crazy. And then literally in the last week, the votes skyrocketed in this one. I don't know what it was, but y'all in that last week just voted crazy here. And the winner for Male Wrestler of the Year is Jon Moxley. Yeah.
He was great, but I wanted Dax. Dax was mine.
So first place was 63.4% of the votes went towards Jon Moxley. Second place, Dax Harwood.
Guys, we were so close, guys. We were so close.
Yeah. Third place was Bryan Danielson, and then a tie for fourth with CM Punk and Adam Page, which is hilarious that they tied together.
Yeah, it was great.
Now, the main event of the award show, the last award category you guys voted for. Female Wrestler of the Year. Now, will
recency bias take over this category? We will see.
This is crazy. And you see the title belt was held by each one of these women in 2022. We have Britt Baker, Jamie Hayter, Thunder Rosa, Toni Storm, and Jade Cargill. This one was the last one to flip-flop, literally week by week, and it came down close in this one. And again, the last week, it skyrocketed. When I put those last vote tweets out, the voting went crazy. So I do want to, before we announce what I do want to thank everyone who voted.
Thank you, everybody.
Yeah, it was great. We got over 40 votes with this year's one. I'm pretty sure it was a lot higher than we got last year. So thank you. So the winner and the last one for female wrestler of the year is my girl, Jamie Hayter.
Jamie Hayter, clean it up. Kyle, maybe you can get your like post, baby. We're tagging her in all of this.
With 46.3% of the votes, Jamie Hayter comes in first place. Second place, Jade Cargill with 26.8% of the votes. Third place, Tony Storm with 17.1% of the votes.
Tony Storm had a great year. Kimmy, stop shaking your head.
Fourth place, Britt Baker with 7.3%. And in last place is only one vote, Thunder Rosa.
Who voted for Thunder Rosa? Was that you, Kimmy?
No way in hell did I vote for her. No way in hell. DMD
Jackie,
all day,
was it you?
day, baby.
But Jamie Hayter winning both Breakout and Women's
Who did
Wrestler
I vote
of
for?
the
I
Year.
think I voted for Tony Storm. Who'd you vote for?
Who do you
Jackie.
think okay, Jackie.
No, I know who you voted for. I think I voted for Tony Storm.
I was so biased with my picks.
Oh my god. I think I voted for Jamie on this one.
Jamie had an incredible year. We saw the rise of a star, and we saw them actually cross the finish line and give us that great moment at Full Gear. So, and then we saw her have, a match of the year candidate. It came at the end of the year. But yeah, Jamie Hayter, shout out to you. Yeah. Like our post, please.
But that does it for the award show. And the last time you're seeing that logo is now we're going to switch back to our new layout that you guys are going to be familiarized now with going forward. And ladies and gentlemen, just want to say and preface this right now, thank you so much for everything you guys done for us for 2022. It was one hell of a year. Phil made an incredible recap video that's on our YouTube channel right now. You guys can go watch. It's crazy. I'm watching that and I'm like, holy crap, we've had like some year this year. It's been 2022 was incredible for us, and we want to make 2023 just that much better. So thank you to all your support, everything you guys have done, all the patrons, all the future patrons that will probably be signing up after this, because I'm telling you right now, guys, we have a lot of cool shows coming. I put the graphic up there again. The iHeart WC podcast is going to be fantastic with myself and Jackie. We're going to be interviewing and talking to a lot of people that are out there in the IWC. We have Rank the Week coming. Phil and Kimmy are going to have their own show together. Let's Talk is getting a nice revamp. And our Patreon page is going to have a lot more content pumped out week by week. So you guys are going to want to hop on that Patreon train right now, patreon.com/Elite POV. $1 here if you just want to support the brand and don't want the exclusive content right away. 5, 10, and 20 have the other, you get the exclusive early shows, and there's other benefits with those ones as well. So go ahead and read that going over to patreon.com/Elite POV. But you guys have all been amazing in the year 2022. Let's get to another level in 2023 and make the Elite, like I said in the trailer, the Elite POV brand, the #1 destination for everyone to go to for wrestling fan content.
Absolutely. I couldn't have said it any better. And don't worry for anybody who may have came in late from the show, didn't get to see the announcement video of our new logo. We will be putting that up on YouTube so you guys can get to see it. That video is absolutely fucking epic. Kyle did an incredible job, like he always does, with any of these videos that he puts together. So we will make sure we get that out there for everybody to be able to see it, like it, share it, save it, do everything you guys got to do.
Bop it, twist it,
bop it,
pull
twist it.
Oh my god!
Yo, I had one of those and I broke it. Because I think I pulled the pull it one. I think one day I pulled it so hard it literally ripped it right out of the freaking machine.
What a savage!
Savage to the 100th degree.
I was on steroids, Jackie, believe it or not. So,
but we know this show is going a little long. So for Jackie, Kimmy, Kyle, and myself, thank you guys for listening to another episode of Elite POV. And like we've said from the beginning, and we'll say it again here, and we'll say it forever, you don't need a hat to be a cowboy. We will see you guys next week.
Bye.
There's a voice that keeps on calling me down the road. That's where I'll always be. Every stop I make a new friend.
everyone on the floor as well.